What's going on, everybody? Welcome back again to another episode of Keys to Success. Today we're going to be talking about how to create NFTs. If you're a business owner, if you're a musician, if you are an artist, this video here will show you how you can take any of your creations, whether it's music, pictures, a tweet, and create a NFT out of it. Before we get started, if you can, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any more videos that we have coming up on any subjects. Now, in a lot of cases, there's a bunch of different uses for NFTs. NFTs can be used for unique items in games, music, videos, event tickets, real estate. Tweets have even been sold as NFTs, and all different type of contracts. There's a bunch of things that NFTs can be used for, but they're really used as a proof of ownership. Once you buy an NFT, it's yours. So without further ado, let's get into creating your first NFT. It might not be your first, but let's just get into it. Let's talk about what an NFT is. An NFT is a non-fungible token. They are cryptographic assets on a blockchain with unique identification codes and metadata that distinguishes them from each other. Unlike cryptocurrencies, they cannot be traded or exchanged at an equivalency. This differs from fungible tokens like cryptocurrencies, which are identical to each other and therefore can be used as a medium for commercial transactions. NFTs are unique cryptographic tokens that exist on a blockchain and cannot be replicated. NFTs can be used to represent real-world items like artwork and real estate. Tokenizing these real-world tangible assets allows them to be bought, sold, and traded more efficiently while reducing the probability of fraud. NFTs can also be used to represent individuals' identities, property rights, and more. The distinct construction of each NFT has the potential for several use cases. For example, they're an idea vehicle to digitally represent physical assets like real estate and artwork. Because they're based on blockchains, NFTs can also be used to remove intermediaries and connect artists with audiences for identity management. NFTs can remove intermediaries, simplify transactions, and create new markets. What is a blockchain? A blockchain is a distributed database that is shared among the nodes of a computer network. As a database, a blockchain stores information electronically in a digital format. Blockchains are best known for their crucial role in cryptocurrency systems such as Bitcoin for maintaining a secure and decentralized record of transactions. The innovation with the blockchain is that it guarantees the fidelity and security of a record of data and generates trust without the need for a trusted third party. One key difference between a typical database and a blockchain is how the data is structured. A blockchain collects information together in groups known as blocks that hold sets of information. Blocks have certain storage capacities and, when filled, are closed and linked to the previously filled block, forming a chain of data known as the blockchain. All new information that follows that freshly added block is compiled into a newly formed block that will then be added to the chain once filled. A database usually structures its data into tables, whereas a blockchain, like its name implies, structures its data into chunks or blocks that are strung together. This data structure inherently makes it an irreversible timeline of data when implemented in a decentralized nature. When a block is filled, it is set in stone and becomes a part of this timeline. Each block in the chain is given an exact timestamp when it is added to the chain. Key takeaways. Blockchain is a type of shared database that differs from a typical database in the way that it stores information. Blockchains store data in blocks that are then linked together via cryptography. As new data comes in, it's entered into a fresh block. Once the block is filled with data, it is chained to the previous block, which makes the data chain together in chronological order. Different types of information can be stored on a blockchain, but the most common use so far has been a ledger for transactions. In Bitcoin's case, blockchain is used in a decentralized way so that no single person or group has control, rather all users collectively retain control. Decentralized blockchains are immutable, which means that the data entered is irreversible. For Bitcoin, it means the transactions are permanently recorded and viewable to anyone. So the first thing you want to do here, we're going to open up Photoshop. We're going to go to File, New. You want to open up yourself a new project, and over to the right where it says inches here, select pixels, and we want to start out 3000 by 3000. Big resolution. All right, so let's create that 3000 by 3000 square we have there. All right. So now that we have vector here, do not sell my personal information. Except we have free pick, not vector, but we have free pick here, and they have vector photos. What we're going to do here is we're going to download a bunch of assets, free assets, and this is not the only website like this, but we're going to download a bunch of free assets like eyes, hats and mouths, things like that, just to have a variation of these things. Just to have a variation, a bunch of variations of the character that we're going to be putting together right now. So I just want to show you guys this. I'm going to be downloading a couple, but I just wanted to show you what the website looks like. Here we go. Different monster mouths, human eyes, just different animated things that'll give your character some pop. You have some hats right here. So I'm going to download a few of these, and then we're going to get right back to it. All right, the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go down here to the right-hand side. Right here, there is a plus sign. There's a box with an addition sign in it. When you hover over it, it says create a new layer. You want to create that new layer to where this white box right here is your background. So it's going to say layer 1 and background. Then you are going to go over here to the left-hand side and go get the ellipse tool. Now you're not going to be able to find it on the menu because it's under the rectangle. So click this little arrow here. Right click ellipse tool. So right here. Bam, create the circle. Now this is strictly for an example. If you're an artist and you know how to create something else besides a circle, it's totally up to you. But this will just be for for example purposes only. So if we want to change the color, my computer is moving a little slow. So from here, we would go to gradient. I want to see what this looks like with a gradient overlay. Right now it's gray. Let's make it almost like a orange, deep orange. There we go. Bang. So now we have that. That is the object that we're starting with. So now that I've done that, I want to come here And to the right hand side, and where it says ellipse 1, I'm going to right click, and there should be an option that says group from layers, and we're going to name it main figure. Bam. And as not to get confused, I want to double click here where it says ellipse 1, name that main. Perfect. Okay, so for the next part, we are going to be adding the backgrounds. So what you can do is real easy. Just click the folder that has your backgrounds, open it up. It may be saved on your desktop. If you didn't, create a folder for your desktop on the desktop and name it backgrounds, and save the backgrounds that you want in that folder. Then, once you have all your backgrounds, open that background folder, highlight or Control A or select all the backgrounds, drag them and drop them. First, we're going to click the background here, background layer, and then click our folder again and drop them onto Adobe Photoshop. All right, so once you have your folder with all your backgrounds in it, then you want to open that backgrounds folder, open your Photoshop, open this, like this, and then highlight all these backgrounds, select all the backgrounds in your background folder, and then drop these bad boys right into Photoshop. Now, this could take a couple minutes depending on your system. I'm just gonna pause the video and come back. One mine is complete. All right. Now, once you have all your backgrounds drag and dropped on there, just make sure that you can see them, and just go to this eye right here, click the eye, and it'll show you all the backgrounds that are now a part of your layers. You can have as many backgrounds as you would like. So the next step is, once you have all of your backgrounds, you are going to take them, and you're going to click the top one here, make sure that it's highlighted, hold the shift button, go all the way down to your last background so that it's and click it so that it selects all of them. Right click and go to do not click the last background. So the one that says background, don't click that. Only click your images. So start here at the top, then click your last image, select all of them, and then click group from layers and name this layer backgrounds. And real quick, just so your backgrounds fit all over the whole background, the entire background. If you're having issues with that, just click the background. As a matter of fact, I'll show you. Click Let's say, for example, we're working on this background here. Click the background, highlight it. As a matter of fact, you can highlight all of your backgrounds. By doing the method I showed you earlier, where you click the first one, go all the way down and click the last one, and then hit Control T, and that will help you space your backgrounds all at the same time and get them spaced out over your background so that they're all even. At least they're covering the whole picture. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is the free assets that we downloaded, as far as the eyes and the sets of mouths and things like that, from freepik.com. So coming right back with that information. So before you make your eye sets and hats and whatever other sets you're going to have on there, you always want to make a folder that has a group of all your sets, just to keep everything organized. So you want to come over here to under your background, come down where it says create a new layer. There's a box with an addition sign. Click there. At that layer, right click and click group from layers, and then name that whatever set, or say, so for example, we're going to be doing the eyes next. Let's name this eyes. Bam. So we have that there. Then we're going to be bringing our eyes in. So I'll meet you over at Adobe Illustrator. For the next step, you're going to need Adobe Illustrator. I'll have the link to Adobe Illustrator in the description of this video as well. I'll have a link actually to the Creative Cloud set. Now that we are in Adobe Illustrator, you want to select, open up the file that you downloaded from Freepik. When you open this in Adobe Illustrator, you want to select all of them because they come in groups. They come grouped, and you want to right click and click ungroup. I already ungrouped them, so that's why it says undo ungroup and group here, but you want to ungroup them. So then once you ungroup them, you can select one, copy by Control C, and copy it over to a layer in the eye layer in Photoshop. So I will meet you back in the Photoshop. And you're going to be doing this exact method with all of the free assets that you got from Freepik, or a place like a website like Freepik. But I'll have the link for Freepik in the description of this video as well. So I'll meet you back in Photoshop. For future notice, I will be doing this for all using the set of eyes, the set of hats, the set of mouths, and whatever else I decide to add to my character. So we just copied our eyes from Adobe Illustrator, and let's do this again just so that you guys can see what I did. Delete layer. Yes. So in the eyes, we want to create a layer there. That's going to be there. Bam. And now we copied our eyes from Adobe Illustrator by Control C. Now here we just want to press Control V. If we did it right, this should pop up. We want to do it as a smart object, paste them as a smart object, so we're able to manipulate them still as we did in Adobe Illustrator. So press OK, and bam, there you have the eyes. So they're not in our eye folder. What we want to do is come down, bring them into our eye folder. You see they just disappeared. We can delete this layer here that we created in our eye folder. Yes. And then if you want, see now, the reason they disappeared is because they're positioned on the hierarchy here in the bottom right hand corner. If you want them to appear, you just drag the eye folder. I like to close this just so we're making sure that we're getting the eyes, but drag the eye folder above the main figure folder. And bam. Now you have the eyes here, and you can still manipulate them. Bring it down a little bit, and you can either put them on the face or have them slightly coming off the face, whatever your artistic expression tells you to do. So we're going to name this Smart Object 1. And so now I'm going to speed this up a little bit, but I'm going to do the same thing for the rest of the eyes and the mouths and the hats. So I'll be right back. I'll probably show you a little bit of the process of me doing it with the other eyes. So now that we got the first set of eyes in, I'm going to just be copying and pasting these other sets in. So here we go. I'm in Illustrator right now. Coming back over to Photoshop, paste. And do it as a smart object. And we have another set of eyes. Bam, right there. So we want to place it right where you placed your other eyes. We're going to name this 2. And if you want to, you can just turn off the other set. And voila, you have your other set of eyes here. So after you're done compiling all your layers, you got your hats, you got your eyes, you got your mouth, whatever other layers you want to put on your creation, there is a link that I'm gonna post in the lower portion of this video for github.com, and you're gonna go here to this link and you're gonna download a script. So you want to go here to code and download zip. The zip should say Photoshop compose ... zip. So you want to show that in a folder, and on the folder you want to save this to your desktop. Extract everything from that folder. Now, once you have that, go back to your image, and I'll be right back. All right, now once you extract everything from that folder, we come back to your Photoshop, and then you're gonna click File. You're gonna click Scripts and Browse. And then you're gonna go to that file that you just unzipped. Where is it? Photoshop Composition Composer Master version 1. And you want to click the file, the JavaScript file that says Photoshop Composition Composer, and load. Now it says over 3,200 combinations found. That is how many NFTs that we just created using this script. Would you like to continue? Yes. So it says select an output folder. What I'm going to do is select the folder that I created for my NFT makes. And I'm going to put a folder in here called completed, or makes, all caps. And then I'll save them to that folder. Would you like to include the corresponding PSD documents? No, we just want the JPEGs. And there you go. As the dots spin, then our images are being generated, and I will be back as soon as it's finished. It just depends on, how fast it goes depends on your system. So I'll be back when mine is complete. So here we are, the last part of the process. Congratulations if you've made it this far in the video. These are all the images that we've generated using this example. A lot of them have the same hat, but of course this is not complete. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like once they are generated. And if we go to extra large icons, you guys can see some of the faces as well. A little blurry right now. Let's see. Here we go. So you can see we have different eyes and background combinations up here. some more different eye sets. So yeah, here we go. Once again, please support the channel by subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any of the new up and coming videos that we have coming up. The next couple of videos, I'll be showing you guys how to mint and how to upload your creations to OpenSea so that you can sell them. I will be dropping an NFT collection, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, but thanks for spending the time to go through this video with me, and if you guys enjoyed it, just hit that like button and comment if you guys have any questions or know of any other techniques or something that you guys would like me to try out.